Black cat pastor dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases. Turning them corners, your spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the Navic blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are. We are finally going to make it out of the teens and 20s today. So I think that's something to celebrate. Sorry, just checking the background noise there, or music. Wow, that's super light. Bump it just a bit. All right, I can hear that now. How's it sound when I'm talking over it? That's not too bad at all. All right, and I think I got the blurps figured out. We were talking about that the other day. I don't think I tested that. Let me pop a blurp. That's a weird way to say that. Pop a blurp.
Homie, don't play that.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. All right, well, I hope everyone is doing well. Where are we at? Let's get over here. All right, so playing around with the look. Let's get the focus changed. We're an X Otis. Where it no longer is an Otis, it's an X Otis. Okay, and window capture. There we go. Just thinking there on the font seems really big on the chat. I don't think that's what I've normally had it at, but I don't think it's actually awful to have it too much, or to have it that much. We shall see. I'll leave it for now. And then I've got the scrolling over here. So I moved myself over and I moved that down. So the chat's not taking up as much. And then I put so that you can see which I am using for that. I do think I need to Wisdom Wednesday. I put that up there yesterday at the end, and it cuts me off half the time. I don't think let me see if I can edit that. Well, let me switch what I'm doing, and I can show you a minute while I try to edit that, I suppose. Art Pibble, Papsio, good morning, good morning. I just noticed that the one advertisement is showing up and covering me up. So looking to see if I can upload it here. Upload file. There we go. So I can make this. Oh no, that's not the one I want. Anyway, it's in here. Let's go back. This is the one I want. Okay. I'm trying to make it horizontal instead of vertical. Okay. Do placket. Sorry you haven't been around. You've been, work has been awful. Hey, no worries, friend. Like, we all have other things going on. I did notice that you hadn't been around, but, you know, life is life, right? All right, so I'm basically just taking and revamping this could do a little bit more, but that's good enough for today, I think. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. All right. We shall download that. We don't want an MP4. We're going to PNG. Select just the current page. Okay. Download. And it'll be a minute. All right, people. Sorry to hear that. I hope it improves. Yeah, I hope it does too. Okay, let's see if this switches automatically. I think I've got it set so it does that. So one of the things I do is I oversave the name. Like I reuse the name. Oh, okay. I need to switch that. There it is. See, but it's a little squishy, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna cut the Wisdom Wednesday part off. Let me try one more thing. I had debated that to make it more readable. All right, and we'll try saving that one more time. So essentially, on a number of things, I just take and save the name. Like, so I'll do a cover, and then the next person is on my podcast. I'll just save it as the same name, cover, and then I don't end up with a whole bunch of extras, but they're all saved over in Canva. So. Automation in the world and AI, yet we still have to work. Why? Well, we're getting there. We will hopefully soon get to the point where nobody has to work. I actually was watching a video on a town in Switzerland that will pay you $5 million, I think is what it was, to live in a town, and then you get a stipend every month for living there. And I'm like going, man, my wife and I should check that out. Seriously, like, let's go live there. Pay us to live there. Now, I bet there's probably some qualifications, like you have to be of childbirthing age and have kids, but they just are trying to repopulate some towns. So, all right, I'm done listening to myself. We should be good. And Lucis, welcome in. Welcome in. I got some a lot of stuff coming up. So two things tomorrow. Barry Copeland, how you been, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are getting ready and going to enjoy a lot of cool stuff around the Christmas season. Hope that goes well for you, friend. Okay. So, we do have the Christmas challenge, Christmas songs. What's wrong thing? Here's where we are. We're there. Okay. So we just started, and we put 5 songs up at a time, and then they're competing against each other, and you get to vote. The one song gets to move on. So those that have moved on to the next round are White Christmas, What Child Is This?, Snoopy's Christmas, Silent Night, Once in David's Royal City, and Oh Holy Night, having more votes than all other songs combined, except one that lost. What was the other song that it was against? Oh, Come Emmanuel. That was the other one. All right. So when we go to ad break, that's when I will put up the polls, and then you'll vote on them, and we'll move them along. And in the meantime, we'll try to read some Exodus 22. You've been well? Good. I'm glad to hear that. I miss watching you stream. Have you returned to streaming? I know you were taking a break, and I haven't caught you if you did. All right. So one of the things that it seems to me, and I'm not the only one that views it this way, that what we have in this section going on here is case law. So there are cases that we learned that were being brought to Moses, and Moses was settling them, and then he appointed those who could see thousands, those who could do hundreds, those who could do 50s, and those could do 10 to settle disputes. And the hard ones were brought to Moses. So it seems to me that what this is the result of actual cases being brought in, and here's how they were settled. As opposed to what a lot of people think is, no, Moses is just sitting here on Mount Sinai, and God is getting the download of every law that ever needs to be written. And that just seems like, no, I don't think so. Like, he's going to sit there all that time just writing out every law that possibly could be. What do you do when you run into a new thing? He wouldn't need to sit there and settle cases. So the other thing is, these are to limit the party who has been harmed. They are to limit the action against the person who harms. So when we had earlier or last time an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, that is not to say you get to, like somebody poked your eye out, you get to poke their eye out. No, it is a limiting factor to say you cannot do more than the harm that was given to you. You can't have double harm to a person. And the point of all of these is to restore relationship. So, Barry, you've done a few streams recently. Oh, cool. I will have to keep an eye out for you. Hezekiah, you're here. I'm hearing messenger notify sound or something. Well, let me just cancel that and make sure. I don't know why you would hear messenger, but that's weird. Not fully back, but getting there. Thanks for letting me know, Hezekiah. It could have been some other. I usually have like no notifications on, so if something is on, it was by accident. You were hearing the dings as well. Okay. Oh, no. Well, I had opened up Facebook yesterday, so it's possible that Messenger was pinging in the background. So I closed that. So that should hopefully get rid of that. If it's still going, then it's not Messenger. It's something else. Okay. So when you see this, and not every Bible will tell you, but what this means is the Hebrew numbering on this passage is that this one is still part of the previous chapter. Okay, so this verse would be verse 37 of chapter 21. And it's just that they split the chapters differently. That's what happened. So, okay. If if a man steals an ox or a sheep and kills it or sells it, he must pay back 5 head of cattle for the ox and 4 for the one sheep. Wait, I feel like we read this one. So maybe this one's repeats. I know sometimes I forget to mark where we left off, and why am I not scrolling? Okay, there we go. If if a thief is caught breaking in and is struck so that he dies. I don't think we did this one. There will be no blood guilt for him. If if the sun has risen on him, then there is blood guilt for him. A thief must surely make full restitution. If if he has nothing, then he will be sold for his theft. If if the stolen item should in fact be found alive in his possession, because maybe it's an animal, whether it be an ox or a donkey or a sheep, he must pay back double. So if I steal an item and I'm caught with the item, I have to pay back double. So I have to, in fact, replace what was stolen with an additional one. And again, the idea here is to restore things. That's the idea, is to make restoration about these things. But notice the one thing that's interesting here. If a thief is caught breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there will be no blood guilt. So the assumption there is it's in the middle of the night, and you tussle with the thief in the middle of the night. If the sun has risen on him, then there's blood guilt for him. So if it's during the daytime, you can see what you're doing, and you could subdue the thief, but you don't need to fight for your life. So there is the basis there for self-defense and or home protection or property protection, but the intent is not to kill him, but you strike him and then he dies. There's no blood guilt. Okay. If if a man grazes his livestock in the field or the vineyard, and he lets the livestock loose and they graze in the field of another man, he must make restitution from the best of his own field and the best of his own vineyard. Katybug, welcome in. So if I got my cows or my sheep and they're out in my pasture and I'm not watching them and they wander over to my neighbor's yard and eat my neighbor's crops, I need to pay back. If if a fire breaks out and spreads to thorn bushes so that stacked grain or standing grain or the whole field is consumed, the one who started the fire must surely make restitution. So, no starting fires to burn out your neighbor's crops. Actually, like if you're burning out the thorns and all of that, you should probably not do it during harvest season. Just saying. You know, wait till harvest is over. If if a man gives his neighbor money or articles for safekeeping and it is stolen from the man's house, if the thief is caught, he must repay double. If the thief is not caught, then the owner of the house will be brought before the judges to see whether he has laid his hands on his neighbor's goods. So if you find a thief, you're not going to be thought to be the thief. But if you're holding someone's stuff and then it disappears, we're going to suspect you of the thief because you didn't point the finger at an actual thief that got caught with it. Hey, Mel, how you doing? In all cases of illegal possession, whether of an ox, a donkey, a sheep, a garment, or any kind of lost item about which someone says, "This belongs to me," the matter of the two of them will be brought before the judges, and the one whom the judges declare guilty must repay double to his neighbor. So if it's a disputed item, it's mine. No, it's mine. Like I said, this seems like a whole bunch of case law. Like, this must have happened. Then this happened. You're doing good? All right. Good to hear that. If if a man gives his neighbor a donkey or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it dies or is injured or is carried away without anyone seeing it, then there will be an oath to the Lord between the two of them that he has not laid his hand on his neighbor's good, and its owner will accept this, and he will not have to pay. So, in the case of livestock that wander away and are not found, it may not be a problem. You might be okay. But if if it was stolen from him, he will pay its owners. If if it is torn to pieces, then he will bring it for evidence, and he will not have to pay for what was torn. So, like an animal gets a hold of it, like, hey, you're not liable. It was your neighbor's. An animal could have got it there. He got it in your property. Sorry, so sorry. If if a man borrows an animal from his neighbor, and it is hurt or dies when the owner was not with it, the man who borrowed it will surely pay. If if its owner was with him, he will not have to pay. If if it was hired, what was paid for the hire covers it. So, I'm renting a oxen from you to plow my field, but you come with it to do the work of plowing the field and the oxen dies. I ain't got to pay. Like, you were the one, like, with the oxen. Like, you were with it, not me. But if I borrow it and the oxen dies while I'm plowing the field, now I owe you. Now I owe you. Like, and I know these might seem like, okay, what's the point? Okay, these are establishing how do we keep relationships and how do we restore relationships when people violate one another's property. So, yeah, you would think, well, we could have just had one law and we would have been done. Like I said, it seems like these are case laws. If, if a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged and goes to bed with her, he must surely pay the marriage price for her to be his wife. If, if her father refuses to give her to him, he must pay for the bride price of virgins. So, like, yeah. Now, seducing there is not force, okay? Just want to clarify that. Like, guys in high school convincing girls, it's an old thing. That's all I'm saying. And you're going to make it right. That's what's going on here. But if dad's like, no, you're not gonna, I don't approve, then you pay, but you don't receive. You don't receive. Now this one's really funny. You must not allow a sorceress to live. Boom. Like, what does that have to do with this? Like, is this connected here with the that, or is it connected here with the other, or are these just some little cases that get thrown in here? Yeah, there's not much to go on there. Not much to go on. All right, we got ads coming in, everybody. So we're going to get the poll up, and you can start voting on which song is your favorite of the next 5 songs in the list. So I'll get that up while we go to look at the fishies. Not sleep with them, but just look. Look at them.
Streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear. View it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flatcat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. With his cam he shows it all. Little fish both big and small. Life in pond so serene. Nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow. Hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
All right, so the poll is up. Those that have not been here, I have a list of 98. Yeah, I could have done a little more work and put 2 more on. Actually, I did have 2 more on there, and I got them off the list. I'm like, I'm not letting them participate this year. And they're just in reverse alphabetical order, and I'm just taking the next 5 on the list, and we're voting. So there you have it. So vote early, vote often. Right now, Midnight Clear, the only ones getting votes. No love for I'm getting nothing for Christmas. I actually do like Merry Christmas, Darling. I don't listen to it that often, but it's a really romantic 70s Christmas song. And Merry Christmas, Baby is, I don't know, fun, maybe. But Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas. Very, very, very Merry Christmas. And it's not a word I would use. Okay, so if you can look at Christmas or Merry Christmas, there is no R in Hawaiian alphabet, so it gets changed into an L. There is no Y, it gets changed into an E. The CH gets changed into a K. And so you just kind of, and like, you have to have a vowel every syllable is consonant vowel. That's the alphabet. It's the words all are that way. So that's why you have Kalikimaka for Christmas. So for the Mas, you have M-A, and you have no S, so you make it a K and then an A. So that's all they get there. Yeah, White Christmas. Yeah, it's already here. It's already here. Okay, let's get back to the Bible. Okay, you must not allow a sorceress to live. Not a lot of information there. Just, nope, nothing. We could go look up that word, but I don't think it's really going to help us much figuring out that. Okay. Whoever has sexual relations with a beast must surely be put to death. So we have a, like, don't let this person live, don't let this person live. Whoever sacrifices to a god other than the Lord alone must utterly be destroyed. Okay, what do we have there in a footnote there, which is probably cut off? The verb means devoted to God or to be banned. The idea that it would be God's to do with as he liked. What was put under the ban was for God alone, either for the service or for his judgment, but it was out of human control. Here the verb is saying that the person will be utterly destroyed. Okay. Fedorable will lurk, and I love you, and I lurk you. I don't think I've ever heard I lurk you. That's funny, man. And hey, welcome in. Looking forward to our chat tomorrow. And there's the advertisement for it. Wisdom Wednesday tomorrow. Come hang out. It'll be a good time, they say. It'll be fun. It'll be a blast. It'll be enjoyable. Come poke fun of us. I don't know. Come learn. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? Who knows? You must not wrong a resident foreigner, no, or oppress him, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. Mel, it's funny. In Thailand, for Feliz Navidad, they sing it in English, but translate the Joyful Christmas instead of Merry Christmas. Oh, okay. I want to wish you a joyful Christmas. I want to wish you a joyful Christmas. That's not bad. It's not bad. You must not wrong the resident foreigner nor oppress him, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. I know this is for the people of Israel, and it's all about the land and all of that. However, if we're taking scripture and we are applying it as rules, instructions, wisdom for us to apply, it would seem to me that as people who claim that this is a Christian nation, they should be highlighting this and elevating it. And the people who most often proclaim that the United States is a Christian nation are often the ones most encouraging to oppress foreigners and or kick them out. Or exploit their labor. You need to, if you're going to make claims, you need to know what the Bible says. That's all I'm saying. It will be a couple of hat guys. Yeah. Katrina's morning. So we're a little bit past the halfway point, and right now in in the lead as Midnight Clear looks like it's gonna be in the clear all the way to the finish line. But Melakalikimaka says, wait a minute, I want to make a good showing, and Nothing for Christmas is bringing up the rear with the Christmas baby and the Christmas darling still in the manger. Okay. Bum, ba, bum. You must not afflict any widow or orphan. What? You must not afflict any widow or orphan? I mean, I think we could substitute, if we wanted to, single mom or orphan. If, you afflict them in any way, and they cry to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my anger will burn, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives will be widows, and your children will be fatherless. So, maybe think about the way that you treat the poor. Maybe think about the way you treat foreigners. Maybe think about the way you treat the widow and the fatherless. Because why would you like it for your wife to be a widow and your children to be fatherless? And the answer would be a resounding no, I do not. If, if you lend money to any of my people who are needy among you, do not be like a moneylender to him. Do not charge him interest. I think this is good advice. If you're loaning money to family members, do not charge interest. If you're loaning money to friends, do not charge interest. If, if you do take a garment of your neighbor in pledge, you must return it to him by the time the sun goes down, for it is his only covering, it is garment for his body. What else can he sleep in? And when he cries out to me, I will hear, for I am gracious. So, I know this one might sound weird, but if I like look out my window and there's snow, and you give me your winter coat, and you're homeless, you give me your winter coat to sleep with, and or you're just sleeping in your car, and then you got to sleep in your car because I'm holding onto your coat because you're gonna pay me back for it. I'm supposed to give the coat back at night so that you're not cold when you go to sleep. Okay, I know I'm putting it as snow outside, but you get the idea then. If you're loaning money to your enemy, charge him interest. I think it's more of a stranger. If you're loaning money to a stranger. All right, everybody. It looks like Midnight Clear is going to be clearly in the clear, way far out ahead. 88%, everybody. 88%. 43 votes. Melakalikimaka getting some love from everybody, and Nothing for Christmas. Oh, what a sad showing, but at least they showed up. Merry Christmas, darling, and Merry Christmas, baby. Sad. Oh, what sad times these are. That's for sure. And the winner is going to be Midnight Clear with a clear, resounding victory. All right, let's mark that down. Bum, 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 bum. Oops, wrong one. I was not expecting Midnight Clear to be the runaway winner there. I get surprised by these. Okay. So that will be a very interesting one when we get to the next one. Yay, I win! CDN Sniper! Welcome in. All right, so every time we go to ads, we get a new vote. That's how this works. That's how this works. So now we could just focus on the Bible until then, or anything else going on that you want to talk about. You must not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. Okay, what do we have? The two verbs in the verse are synonyms. Kalal means to treat lightly, to curse, and arar means to curse. So, okay. So you shall not treat lightly God or curse the ruler of your people. So, yeah, cursing God or cursing the people Or this could be seen as using the name of God in a curse. But yeah. Don't do it. CDN Sniper, how is this the first time chat? That's weird. I swear you've been around before. Do not hold back offerings from your granaries or your vat. You must give me the firstborn of your sons. You must also do this for your oxen and for your sheep. 7 days they may remain with their mothers, but give them to me on the 8th day. So this is an interesting thing. Your sons are dedicated and circumcision happens on the 8th day. And with the cattle and sheep that are born, they stay with their mother for 7 days, and then you dedicate them to God on the 8th day. Why would you bother letting them grow? It's not about them growing for 7 days as much as it's about their mothers, and what would be a blessing to their mothers would be for them to feed following giving birth, because that action is beneficial to recovering. And so you are helping the mothers recover from birth for a week. And 7 days being a number of totality, of completeness, on the 8th day you dedicate. So. Oh, a new account, Admiral Candy here. Okay. Yeah, it is a different number there, 303. Okay. I have nothing against it, but some people change their names a lot, and sometimes it's like, oh, you're who? Are you a new account? Oh, you're okay. Like Katrina Waves and Wavy Cat. 2 accounts, same person. Me, for instance. Flat Cap Dapper Pastor, 1 Dapper Koi Pond, and the Church Digital. So I'm in 3 locations, so I get the deal. You are to be holy people to me. Holy means set apart. What do we have on here? The use of the word here has to do with the laws of sanctuary and not some advanced view on holiness. Yeah, the holier than now view is not a biblical view. Set apart. Like, I really wish it would just say, you will be a set apart people to me. Katrina, it is I. You must not eat any meat torn by animals in the field. You must throw it to the doggies. So, if you find an animal carcass and it's ripped up, nope. You do not eat that animal. Okay? Now, there could be that the point of the animal being torn up wasn't because of the fight, but because of scavengers. So that might be what's in play here. It could just be torn apart, but I think more practically, you're going to have an animal with scavengers. If scavengers have already started scavenging, you don't touch it. You must not give a false report. Do not make common cause with the wicked to be a malicious witness. So, like, hey, don't lie. Don't take bribes. Yeah, join in hand. Yeah. Rasha refers to guilty criminal, the person who is doing something wrong. In the religious setting, it describes a person who is not a member of the covenant and may be involved in all kinds of sin, even though there is the appearance of moral and spiritual stability. Okay, that's like sometimes they go into these explanations at the end. It's like, you didn't need to add that. Okay. Malicious witness. Kamas often means violence. So you are doing violence by witnessing falsely. Yeah, so he did it. And remember, we had some things before. If you were false witness and found to be a false witness, then the thing that you were trying to get punishment for that person will be put on you. Lucis. And what if the other animal that killed it had any type of diseases? Yeah. Well, or the fact that an animal was killed by another animal might mean that that animal was sick. The animal that was killed might have a disease. Yeah, so don't eat it. You must not follow a crowd in doing evil things. So you can't join a mob. Can't join a mob. Sorry, so sorry. In a lawsuit, you must not offer testimony that agrees with a crowd so as to pervert justice. So don't go along with the crowd, and don't go along with the crowd as a witness. Like, we all want to burn her, she's a witch, go along with the crowd and say, I saw her do that too. No. Say, it got better. That's what you say. And you must not show partiality to a poor man in a lawsuit. So, let me see what it says on partiality. Is this favor or disfavor? It could go either way, maybe. The point here is one of false sympathy and honor, the bad sense of the word. Okay, so, and don't just side with the poor man. Like don't fix it by always siding with the poor man if the poor man's in the wrong. Like, you're gonna get a bribe from the rich man, so don't just go against him and punish the rich man. If if you encounter your enemy's ox or donkey wandering off, you must by all means return it to him. If if you see the donkey of someone who hates you fallen under its load, you must not ignore him, but be sure to help him with it. So, you know, this is in fact somebody you dislike and his stuff or her stuff. Help out. Help out. You must not turn away justice for your people in their lawsuits. Keep your distance from a false charge. Do not kill the innocent and the righteous, for I will not justify the wicked. So again, we have a whole bunch of things here in court cases as to where you can influence the outcome, and to your advantage or to someone else's advantage or to someone's disadvantage. Like, just tell the truth. You must not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and subverts the words of the righteous. You must not oppress a resident foreigner, since you know the life of a foreigner, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. So no oppression of foreigners. Like, there's tons of this in scripture, if you don't know that. For 6 years you are to sow your land and gather in its produce, but in the 7th year you must let it lie fallow and leave it alone, so that the poor or of your people may eat it, and what they leave any animal in the field may eat. You must do likewise with your vineyard and your olive grove. For 6 days you are to work, but in the 7th day you must cease, in order that your ox and your donkey may rest, and that your female servant's son and the resident foreigner may refresh themselves. So there is a constant connection with the 7th. So you let the land rest. I've always wondered how wonderful it would actually be with crop production if anyone ever practiced this. I mean, I do see where the government at times will pay people to not farm, but it's usually the same field every year that is not farmed, and they'll put it into not farming for a while to try to replenish it. My thought would be, why wouldn't we try to use a system of every 7 years? Now, it just makes sense to try it. I don't know that anyone ever had, and the people never really did. That's when they go into exile and they have to have the land rest for the amount of time that they were not letting it rest. Pay attention to do everything I have told you, and do not even mention the names of other gods. Do not let them be heard on your lips. So, no more saying Thursday. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Almost all the days of the week have a connection with a god, if you did not know that. 3 times in the year you must make a pilgrimage feast to me. You are to observe the feast of unleavened bread. 7 days you must eat bread made without yeast, as I commanded you, at the appointed time of the month of Abib. For at that time you came out of Egypt. No one may appear before me empty-handed. So you must appear, but everyone has to have something. So what would you think would happen if someone shows up empty-handed because they have nothing? You're to help supply it so they're not empty-handed. You are also to observe the Feast of Harvest, the first fruits of your labors that you have sown in the field, and the Feast of the Ingathering at the end of the year, when you have gathered in your harvest of the field. At 3 times in the year, all your males will appear before the sovereign Lord. You must not offer the blood of your sacrifices with bread containing yeast. The fat of my festal sacrifice must not remain until morning. So we're repeating these things. We've already had them, but we're getting instruction again. So no yeast and fat or anything of a sacrifice burned up. You do not let it remain till morning. The first of the fruits of your soil you must bring into the house of the Lord your God. You must not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Wait. We have all these other things, and then we have this one thrown in here. Okay. We're talking about festival sacrifices. So perhaps this is something that was a sacrifice or a custom of foreign god worship. On separate life and death, the explanation, you shall not boil a kid, that's a young goat, in its mother's milk. Oh, it's just giving us references here and there where this command is repeated. It ends a series of instructions about procedures for worship. So this is always like coming in at the end of worship. I don't know other than what it says, and I've got no inclination to boil a goat in its mother's milk. It seems weird. Maybe it's a delicacy, whatever. Maybe it's more of a euphemism of don't kill both the mother and the goat at the same time. That makes some sense. That would track with other places where you find a bird and there's an egg. You can take either the mother or you can take the egg. Yeah, you can't take both, kind of thing. Or a young. You can't take both the young and the mother. So that could track there. But what's funny is this means you can't have a cheeseburger. That's how this is applied. You cannot have cheese with your meat. They're separate. They're separate. All right, we got ads rolling in. Let's take a look at the BRB, and we'll start our new poll.
Making waves online, spreading the word on Twitch. Pastor with a cheerful heart, no lie, preaching joy so high to the sky. He'll be right back, yes, he'll be right back. He'll be back in 2 or 3. Flat cat dapper, flat cat dapper. We'll be right back after this break. No mistake, joy they made. I'll be right back, yeah. We'll be right back in 2 or 3. Right back after this break. No mistake, joy they make. I'll be right back, yes. I'll be right back in 2 or 3. be right back in 2 or 3.
All right. So we've got Mary Didn't Know. Love Came Down at Christmas. I don't know how much I know that song, but I don't ever sing it. Lo How a Rose Air Bloomin', and not a bloomin' onion, Rose. Little Saint Nick, not a favorite. And Little Drummer Boy, also not yeah. All right, we'll see what happens here. Not going to be a lot of voting there, I don't think. I don't know. Little Drummer Boy, I thought maybe that'd be the one that could win there. Bum, bum, bum. Back to the text. Okay. I am going to send an angel before you to protect you as you journey, and to bring you into the place that I have prepared. Take heed because of him, and obey his voice. Do not rebel against him, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. The manifestation of the being is in him. The angel is God himself in a temporary descendants, the visibility for the special purpose. Others take the name to represent God's power or authority. Yeah, I am not taking it as more than that. But if you diligently obey him and do all that I command, then I will be an enemy to your enemies, and I will be an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel will go before you and bring you to the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will completely destroy them. Okay, so notice we got the 6 count. We got the 6 count this time. You must not bow down to their gods. You must not serve them and do according to their practices. Instead, you must completely overthrow them and smash their standing stones to pieces. You must serve the Lord your God, and he will bless your bread and your water, and I will remove sickness from your midst. No woman will miscarry her young or be barren in your land. I will fulfill the number of your days. Okay, so we know, we studied before, that famine is a sign of there being a spiritual problem in the land. So we also have, if miscarriage is happening, if sickness is happening, then there is something spiritually wrong in the land. Or I should say barrenness or miscarriage, both. So women not having kids, either they can't get pregnant or they can't take to term. There's a problem in the land spiritually. Now, I don't think this is saying as an individual, one woman has this problem, that you should immediately think she is in bad standing spiritually. It is a community reflection of standing. The same way a famine wouldn't just be a single person who did something wrong and their crops now don't grow. It is on the whole land. So when the trend happens, when no one can get pregnant, when everyone's miscarrying, then you need to start looking to God. I will send my terror before you. I thought it was an angel. And I will alarm all the people whom you encounter. I will make all your enemies turn their backs to you. I will send hornets before you that will drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites before you. So just 3 of them are getting hornets. I will not drive them out before you in 1 year, lest the land becomes desolate and the wild animals multiply against you. So it's not going to be, we're doing this all at once. No, it's going to be a gradual aspect so that what is had is not lost. I find that fascinating. Little by little, I will drive them out before you until you become fruitful and inherit the land. I will set your bounties from the Red Sea to the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert to the river, for I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hands, and you will drive them out before you. You must make no covenant with them or with their gods. You must not live in your land, or so they must not live in your land, lest they make you sin against me. For if you serve their gods, it will surely be a snare to you. So the reason that you don't let them in your land and you don't make covenants with them is because you don't want to intermingle with their gods. All right, so Mary didn't know, still in the lead, with a resounding just started lead, a little trot behind from the Rose, and no one else getting any love. Not Saint Nick, not the drummer boy, and not that love coming down at Christmas. Luce is like when Sarah was taken to be part of the king's harem, and God didn't allow there to be any babies being born during that. Exactly. That's a really good reference there, Lucis. It was a spiritual problem, and all of the people in the harem were having the problem. Good recall on it. I didn't think of that one. But to Moses the Lord said, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship from a distance." So we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 74. Moses alone may come near the Lord, but the others must not come near, nor may the people go up with him. You get a star. I don't give stars out. I know some people liked getting the stars and all of that, and you get a star and all these things, but most of the time, those were given out for attendance, and I'm not picking on North Hill. I just don't care about a star for attendance. Like, I didn't do anything. And half the time, it might be subject to my parents dropping me off. So I'm not actually the one getting the star. It'd be my parents. So it never felt like anything to me. Let me do something. Okay. Moses came and told the people all the Lord's words and all the decision. All the people answered together, "We are willing to do all the words the Lord has said." All right. It looks like the vote is coming to an end, and little Saint Nick deciding to want to enter the race at the last moment. Can little Saint Nick suddenly sprint ahead and beat Mary for not knowing? And lo and ere Rosa bloomin' onion is doing nothing more. What's up with little drummer boy? I thought he would get some love. All right, Mary didn't know. Getting the wind. Mary didn't know. Little drummer boy. I'm sorry. I thought you had a chance, buddy. I really thought that was going to be a neck and neck one there. I don't know, just a little tickle in my throat. Probably from doing all the voices. And Moses wrote down all the words of the Lord. Early in the morning, he built an altar at the foot of the mountain and arranged 12 standing stones according to the tribes of Israel. Sorry about that. He sent young Israelite men. Wow, I gotta sneeze. Took me a second to get it muted. Woo. That would have been a blow your ears out kind of sneeze there. Woo! Okay. He sent young men of Israel, Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls for peace offerings to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood, put it into bowls, and half of the blood he splashed on the altar. He took the book of the covenant and he read it aloud to the people. And they said, "We are willing to do and obey all the Lord has spoken." So Moses took the blood and splashed it on the people and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." So half of the blood goes on the altar and the other half gets splashed on the people. Mel, your mom used to drop you off late. So when the attendance was better, it's because I got myself to school because I got tired of having detentions because your mom's time management skills are horrible. Oh, no. I only ever remember getting stars for Sunday school. I never got stars for actual school. Moses and Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and the 70 elders went up, and they saw the God of Israel under his feet. There was something like a pavement made of sapphire, clear like the sky itself. But he did not lay a hand on the leaders of Israel, so they saw God, and they ate, and they drank. So what are they eating? They are eating the animal that was just sacrificed. That is what they're doing. The ox that was just sacrificed, they're having the covenant meal with him. Okay, the verb chazah, it could mean to see, perceive, or see a vision, as the prophets did. The LXX safeguarded this by saying, appeared in the place of God. Jacob says they beheld prophetically, religiously, but the meaning of that is unclear. The fact that God did not lay a hand on them to kill them shows that they saw something that they never expected to see and live. Some Christians interpret that or have taken this to refer to a glorious appearance of the pre-incarnate Christ, the second person of the Trinity. They saw the brilliance of his manifestation, but not the detail. Later, Moses will still ask to see God's glory, the real presence behind the phenomena. Right. We also have God in Moses saying, "You cannot fully see my glory. I'll let you see my backside." And we have John saying, "No one has ever seen God." So whatever, I think it's John. Maybe it's Hebrews. Whatever this is something different. That's all I'll say. And no, I'm not going with pre-incarnate Christ. I have serious problems with that, because if there's a pre-incarnate Christ going around showing up in the flesh, why does he need to show up in the flesh as a baby? Like, he's already been pre-incarnate and he's already been walking around. Then why does he need to go a different route to have human flesh or show himself? It degrades Christ, in my opinion. So, if you're taught that, if you follow that, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying, to me, it makes him lesser to have him show up in other means than to show up being born of a virgin. So, okay. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and remain there, and I will give you the stone tablets with the law and the commandments that I have written, so that you may teach them." So Moses set out, went with Joshua, his attendant, and Moses went up the mountain of God. He told the elders, "Wait for us in this place until we return to you. Here are Aaron and Hur with you. Whoever has any matter of dispute can approach them." So, wait for us. So what's really unclear is they sacrifice at the base of the mountain, then they come up to have a meal, and then there's a... So I don't think they go fully all the way up. I think they go a portion of the way up, they have a meal there, and now Moses is ascending to the fullest part of it. Moses went up the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. The glory of the Lord resided on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. On the seventh day, he called to Moses from within the cloud. So Moses is sitting there in silence for 6 days. Is that just weird? Is that just weird that he is sitting there for 6 days, it seems, in silence? Why? Because God's working on writing the tablets. That's what I would say. He's working on writing the tablets. He said he was going to write the tablets, so he's working on writing the tablets for 6 days. Because 6 days you'll labor and do all your work. I don't know that I have to take it literally, but symbolically, it's pretty cool. Now, the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on the top of the mountain, in plain view of the people. Moses went into the cloud when he went up the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. A time of testing. 40, that is. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to take an offering for me from every person motivated by a willing heart. You are to receive my offerings. This is the offering you are to accept from them: gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, ram's hair dyed red, fine leather, acacia wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for fragrant incense, onyx stones, and other gems to be set in the ephod and the breastplate. Let them make for me a sanctuary so that I may live among them according to all that I am showing you, the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the furnishings. You must make it exactly so. Make it so. They are to make an ark of acacia wood. Its length will be 45 inches, and its width will be 27 inches, and its height will be 27 inches. Okay, what are the actual numbers here? 2.5 cubits and a cubit and a half wide. Okay. So 2.5 and 1.5. Probably no symbolism in there. You are to overlay it with pure gold, both inside and outside. You must overlay it. And you are to make a surrounding border of gold over it. You are to cast four golden rings for it, and put them on its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side. You are to make poles of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and put the poles into the rings at the side of the ark in order to carry the ark with them. The poles must remain in the rings of the ark. They must not be removed from it. You are to put into the ark the testimony that I will give you. You are to make an atonement lid of pure gold. Its length will be 45 inches and its width will be 27 inches, obviously, or it wouldn't fit on the container. You are to make 2 cherubim of gold. You are to make them of hammered metal on the 2 ends of the atonement lid. Okay, let's see what it says on the atonement lid. The noun kaporet, translated atonement lid or atonement plate, the translation mercy seat in many of them. The noun is formed from the word to make atone. The item that the Israelites should make would be more than just a lid of the ark. It would be the place for atonement was signified. The translation of covering is probably incorrect. For it is derived from a rare use of the verb. If the same verb at all, the evidence shows cover is from another root with the same letters as this. The value of the place was that Yahweh sat enthroned above it, and so the ark essentially was the footstool. Blood was applied to the lid of the box. That was the place for atonement. Okay. Make one cherubim on one end and one cherubim on the other end. For the atonement lid, you are to make cherubims on the two ends. The cherubim are to be spreading their wings upward, overshadowing the atonement lid with their wings, and the cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the atonement lid. You are to put the atonement lid on top of the ark, and in the ark you are to put the testimony I am giving you. I will meet with you there, and from above the atonement lid, from between the two cherubims that are over the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will command you for the Israelites. So we're making a communication location meeting place for God. You are to make a table of acacia wood. Its length is to be 36 inches. Its width is to be 18 inches, and its height 27. So 2 cubits, 1 cubit, and 1.5 cubits. You are to overlay it with pure gold, and you are to make a surrounding border of gold for it. You are to make a surrounding frame for it about 3 inches broad, and you are to make a surrounding border of gold for its frame. You are to make 4 rings of gold for it and attach the rings at the 4 corners where the 4 legs are. The rings are to be close to the frame to provide places for poles to carry the table. You are to make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold so that the table may be carried with them. You are to make its plates, its ladles, and its pitchers, and its bowls to be used for pouring out offerings. You are to make them of pure gold. You are to set the bread of presence on the table before me continually. So notice here we had the same kind of connotation or setup of rings and poles, but it did not say the poles here must be put in and remain always. On the ark, it did. You are to make a lampstand. Oh, one reason coming in with the raid. Let me get the raid song. You know what? Let me snooze the ads and we'll go to the raid song. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome in, Raiders. Ex Nunya. Welcome in. Hope I'm saying that right. Hope I got that right. Ex Nunya. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, looks like my cough has snuck back in. I was pretty good for the weekend. Yesterday I made it through most of the day. This morning it's already irritating. So, one reason, hope you're doing well. I always think it's funny, they are playing DJs. You're not playing DJ, you are a DJ. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Hope you are having a great time. If you would, tell me one thing that you enjoy about One Reason, why you hanging out over there, what you enjoy about being with him. I love his just upbeat attitude and encouragement is always so contagious. All right. So, welcome in. I have hats. I have fish. We read the Bible. That's pretty much what you find around here. I mean, we do some gaming from time to time, and I do some other things. But the bulk of things, that's what you're going to have, is hats, fish, and oh, by the way, let me show you a little bit more of the fish that I have. So there's YWC albino plecostomus in the upper left there, just chilling. That is my pond in the upper right, and yes, there are fish in there, and I don't feed them for the winter. I just need to keep the surface from freezing solid, and they're good all winter long. The lower right is Lake Superior, and the lake is getting filled with ice, and so the horizon out there is getting smaller and smaller, and you can see the clouds there. It's going to be snowing. And then I got guppies in the lower left. Now, if you're interested, I do have more koi and an underwater cam that you can enjoy in the other channel. And then I do podcast on one of my other channels, The Church Digital. So I help people who are digital missionaries do a good job of assessing what they need to do, get training for that, help getting prepared for that, helping getting coaching, encouragement, coming alongside of people that are doing that in Twitch and other places. I hang out with Twitch friends and chat. And one reason has been on the podcast, which is now renamed Control Alt Redeem Podcast, which I'm pretty excited about that name. So welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you here. He starts the day off with an upbeat. Ooh, I like what you did there. I like what you did there with an upbeat. Now, I'm no musician, so I won't be. Okay. One of the other things we're doing. So we're reading in the Bible. We're reading in Exodus right now, and we're getting instructions on Mount Sinai. But one of the other things I do here for Christmas is we do a bracket challenge with songs, and I do it a little bit differently every year. So this year I'm taking 5 songs, so you can think of this as a round robin type of tournament and one winner or a horse race. And so out of the first 5, White Christmas has moved on. Out of the next 5, What Child Has This? Then the Snoopy's Christmas, Silent Night, Once in David's Royal City, Oh, Holy Night, Midnight Clear, and Mary Didn't Know. Soundly defeating that little drummer boy. That's what we got. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the next poll started so that you can vote while you're here. Normally what I do is do that when we have an ad break, which is coming in, which I postponed. So also, if you want prayer, if you have things going on, let me know. I'm always down to chat. Or if you have questions, this is an open place to ask all of them. You don't have to be Christian to be here. Just enjoy hanging out and enjoy learning, or you're curious. It's all that you need to do. All right, so Let It Snow. Not going to be my favorite. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee. So notice it's a joyful, joyful, we adore thee, not joyful, joyful, we adore you. The joyful, joyful, we adore you is not a Christmas song. The joyful, joyful, we adore thee is the Christmas version of the song, Ode to Joy. All right, and we got Jingle Bells, and not to be outdone, there's Jingle Bell Rock. So poll is starting. You got 10 minutes. Vote early, vote often, vote for your favorite. One of them will get to move on. I have 98 songs on the list, put reverse alphabetical, and I'm just taking them as they show up. So who knows if 3 of your favorite songs are side by side and you got to pick one. The others will have a chance to make it in the loser's bracket to come out. So there we go. That has been started. You're free to vote. You got 10 minutes. Okay. So back to the text. We've been going through, and Moses just got instructions around, hey, I'm going to build a place for me, a tabernacle. There's going to be some items in there. People need to give free will offering. There is no required offerings for the building of this. Isn't that a fascinating thing? Just think about that principle. If you do not have to give to the building where the people are supposed to gather, but it's free will, you're giving because you love, that's just a beautiful way to do, I think, building projects. I do. And that's mostly how churches do it anyway, is there's no requirement of anyone to give. There's no, well, you're a member, you're expected. Maybe there are some places that do that, but for the most part, it's not that way. Okay. You're to make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand is to be made of hammered metal. Its base and its shaft, its cups, its buds, and its blossoms are to be from the same piece. 6 branches are to extend from the side of the lampstand. 3 branches are to be... 3 branches of the lampstand on one side of it and 3 branches on the other side of the lampstand from the other side of it. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms are to be on the branches, and 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms are to be on the next branch, and the same for the 6 branches extending from the lampstand. Okay, we'll pick that up when we come back. Oh, ad break snuck in before I finished.
Flat cap past the rocks is tween, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap caster shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in ponds so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his.
All right. So we're back. So we're describing the lampstand. So there are 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then there's the one in the center. So we have light here on the stand for it to be a representation of the 7 days of the week. Pay attention. That's interesting. And it's also almonds. Why almonds? I don't know, but Aaron's staff was an almond tree. So maybe there's something around that. All right, we are halfway about through the voting. Joy to the World, joyously leading, following by Jingle Bell Rock. Letting It Snow, having no love by anybody for good reason. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, all being spent on Joy to the World. And Jingle Bells, not as good as Jingle Bell Rock. Okay, back to the text. On the lampstand, there are to be 4 cups shaped like almonds, flowers with buds, and blossoms, with a bud under the first 2 branches from it, and a bud under the next 2 branches from it, and a bud under the third 2 branches from it, according to the 6 branches that extend from the lampstand. Their buds and their branches will be one piece, all of it one hammered piece of gold. Like, let's think of it like a hammered piece of gold into a lampstand, a menorah. That's what we have describing here. You are to make 7 lamps and then set its lamps on it so that it will give light to the area in front of it. So you're making just a lampstand. On top of the lamp will be lampstand will be 7 lamps. Its trimmers and its trays are to be of pure gold. About 5 pounds of pure gold is to be used for it. and for all these utensils. Now, be sure to make them according to the pattern you were shown on the mountain. The tabernacle itself you are to make with 10 curtains of fine twisted linen and blue and purple and scarlet. You are to make them with cherubim that are the work of an artistic designer. The length of the curtains is to be 42 feet, and the width of each curtain is to be 6 feet, the same size for each of the curtains. Okay, so I'm gonna go check. What is that actually? I mean, it's nice that they translate it into measurements that we understand, but sometimes when the number changes, there might have been meaning in the number. Okay, so 28 cubits long, 4 cubits wide. Okay, 28 could be seen as connected with a month, but otherwise 28 and 4 are not common numbers, so maybe nothing there. The 10 curtains could be for the 10 commandments, connecting that. 5 curtains are to be joined one to another, and the other 5 curtains are to be joined one to another, like the 2 tablets. You are to make loops of blue material along the edge of the end of the curtain in one set, and in the same way, you are to make loops in the outer edge of the end curtain in the second set. You are to make 50 loops. So on the one curtain, and you are to make 50 loops on the end curtain, which is on the second set, so that the loops are opposite each or one to another. You are to make 50 gold clasps and join the curtains together with the clasp so that the tabernacle is a unit. You are to make curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. You are to make 11 curtains. What? 11? That's weird. Why 11? The length of each curtain is to be 45 feet, and the width of each curtain is to be 6 feet, the same size for the 11 curtains. You are to join 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves. You are to double over the 6th curtain in the front of the tent. You are to make 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain and set of 50 loops along the edge of the curtain that joins the second. So it sounds like the 11th panel is like the front panel. The front gets a double. You're like, you cannot peek in, you cannot see. All right, we're coming to the end of the voting. It is Joy to the World with a commanding lead. Jingle Bell Rock coming up behind. Let It Snow doing nothing. No snow inside. Jingle bells not jingling, but they are rocking. And Joy to the World with the win. Let's move Joy to the World on to the next round. Joy to the World, that song has won. It's moving on ahead, and we will battle another song in the days ahead. Oh, in the days ahead, we'll battle in days ahead. I'm sorry, that gingerbread, I don't like it. You're a monster. All right, if you stick around long enough, I turn scripture into a song too at times. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. You are to make 50 loops on the end. Oh, that's we join the second set. We're down to verse 11. You are to make the 50 bronze clasps and put the clasp into the loops and join the tent together so that it is a unit. Not my buttons, not my gum, not my drop buttons. Now the part that remains of the curtain of the tent, the half curtain that remains, will hang over at the back of the tabernacle, the 1.5 feet on the one side and the 1.5 feet on the other side of what remains in the length. The curtain of the tent will hang over the side of the tabernacle on one side and the other side to cover it. You are to make a covering for the tent out of ram skins dyed red, and over that, a covering of fine leather. Fedorable, I just came back to your desk after an hour-long meeting and found that your headphones had disconnected. Oh no, at some point. So you were playing out of your laptop speakers to your whole office for who knows how long. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Tell them hello for me. Okay, C note in Exodus 25:5. Ram skins dyed fine acacia wood. So that doesn't give me the 25:5. Okay, so we're at 24:14. I must have missed that one. 25:5. Let's go back. I want to read that. Oh, I missed it because it was just in this list that said fine leather. Okay, the meaning of the word tekashim is debated. The Arabic tahas or duhas is dolphin, and some think a sea animal is meant. Something like a dolphin or a porpoise, seal skins, hides of sea cows. So that's how some translate it. Porpoises are common in the Red Sea. Their skins are used for clothing by the Bedouin. The word has also been connected with the Egyptian word for leather. Some variations of this follow: fine leather, fine goatskin leather. Another suggestion connects to the word Akkadian, one that describes a precious stone that is yellow or orange, and also leather dyed with a color of a stone. I thought there was also the possibility of rock badger, but that might be another location. So yeah, I didn't catch it here in this list, but in the following list, when we get to the roof, like think about that for a minute. If you wanted to have waterproof leather, if you wanted to have a waterproof lid on your tent, why not make it out of dolphin skin? That would make sense. Or we got to get back down to... There we go. Covering of leather. Anyone heard anything else? Thought anything else on that? I mean, it's intriguing, to say the least. You are to make the frames for the tabernacle out of acacia wood as uprights. Each frame is to be 15 feet high, and each frame is to be 27 inches wide. And the two projections per frame parallel one another. You are to make all the frames of the tabernacle this way. Okay, 15 feet high. You ever been by a wall that's 15 feet high? You feel like a dwarf. Like you're just like, it's way tall. Way tall. Hey, Demaro. Good to see you, friend. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Okay. You are to make frames for the tabernacle, 20 frames for the south side, and you are to make 40 silver bases to go under the 20 frames. We finally switched from gold to silver. So the things that are to contact the ground to hold up the frames, they're going to change. You're doing good? Good. Glad to hear that. And you are to make 40 silver bases to go under the 20 frames. 2 bases under the first frame and for its 2 projections, and likewise 2 bases under the next frame for its 2 projections. And for the second side of the tabernacle, the north side, 20 frames, and their bases, 40 silver bases. 2 bases under the first frame and 2 bases under the next frame. And for the back of the tabernacle on the west. So we now know where the back is. The back faces west and the front faces east. You will make 6 frames. You are to make 2 frames for the corners of the tabernacle on the back at the 2 corners. They must be doubled at the lower end and finished together at the top in 1 ring. So it will be for both. So there are to be 8 frames and their silver bases, 16 bases, 2 bases under the first frame and 2 bases under the next frame. You are to make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the frame on one side of the tabernacle and 5 bars for the frame on the second side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars of the frame for the back of the tabernacle on the west. The middle bar is the center of the frame. Will reach from end to end. You are to overlay the frame with gold and make their rings of gold to provide places for the bars, and you are to overlay the bars with gold. You are to set up the tabernacle according to the plan that you were shown on the mountain. Okay, just a pause here for a minute. I know some of you came in the middle of this, but we need to remember and pause for a second that Moses just went up on Mount Sinai. It tells us he's going to be gone for 40 days. You're supposed to right now be feeling the, oh my goodness, when are we going to finish these instructions? I believe that's what you're supposed to do. I believe that's why they're here. I believe that's why there's so much detail in this. You're supposed to be having this overwhelming sense of when will this end? And just like the people were having the overwhelming sense of when is Moses going to return. You're just longing for it to be over. Yes, the instructions were important. Yes, they needed to be known to make the temple. And yes, you would record them so that if you were to make anything in the future or need to replace things, you would know the specifics of how it was made. Oh, gee. But there's also, I think, this presence of, oh my goodness, the drudgery that we're listening to now. I know the drudgery the people must have felt waiting for 40 days just to know that Moses was fine and he was coming down the mountain. I don't know. Anyone else feeling that? Anyone else, your thoughts on that? You are to make a special curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn of fine twisted linen. It is to be made with a cherubim, the work of an artistic designer. You are to hang it with gold hooks on 4 posts of acacia wood, overlaid with gold, set in the 4 silver bases. You are to hang the curtain under the clasp and bring the ark of the testimony in there behind the curtain. The curtain will make a division for you between the holy place and the most holy place. You are to put the atonement lid on the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. You are to put the table outside the curtain and the lampstand on the south side of the tabernacle opposite the table. And you are to place the table on the north side. I love how we say put this on the south side opposite the other thing, and then we get instructions, oh, well, that's on the north side. You are to make a hanging for the entrance of the tent of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. You are to make the hanging 5 posts of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, and their hooks will be gold, and you are to cast 5 bronze bases for them. Okay, so we've switched to bases of bronze here, not bases of silver. Just pointing out changes here. You are to make the altar of acacia wood. 7.5 feet long, 7.5 feet wide. The altar is to be square. Okay, what do we have on this? 5. See, here's where we miss one. We've come up with, look in the others. The altar is to be 5 cubits by 5 cubits. it's supposed to be a representation of the Torah. 5 by 5. Recycling hat? Okay. Thank you, Lucis. Okay, so 5 by 5. The altar is to be square, and its height is to be 4.5 feet. 3 cubits. Okay. You are to make its 4 horns on its 4 corners. Its horns are to be part of it, and you are to overlay it with bronze. So we've switched to bronze now. This is also going to have sacrifices on it, so you're not going to have silver and gold be something that fire is on. You use bronze. Horns represent power. There are 4, so the power is from the 4 corners of the earth. It's what's being represented. Horns are power, and 4 is the 4 corners of the earth. You are to make its pot for the ash, its shovel, its tossing bowls, its meat hooks, and its fire pans. You are to make all its utensils of bronze. You are to make a grating for it, a network of bronze, and you are to make on the network 4 bronze rings on its 4 corners. You are to put it under the ledge of the altar below so that the network will come halfway up the altar. I think this is like where you're going to put the grate for the wood being burned on it. That's what I'm imagining here. You are to make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and you're to overlay them with bronze. The poles are to be put into the ring so that the poles will be on 2 sides of the altar for carrying it. You are to make the altar hollow out of boards, just as it was shown you on the mountain, so they must make it. You are to make the courtyard of the tabernacle. For the south side, there are to be hangings for the courtyard of fine twisted linen, 150 feet long for one side, with 20 posts, and with their 20 bronze bases, with the hooks and the posts and their bands of silver. Likewise, for its length on the north side, there are to be hangings for 150 feet, with 20 posts and their 20 bronze bases, with the silver hooks and the bands on the posts. The width of the court on the west side is to be 75 feet, with hangings with the 10 posts and their 10 bases. So it is 75 by 150, so it is a rectangle. But imagine how big this is, like 100 feet. So this is a football field, essentially. The width of the court on the east side towards the sunrise is also to be 75 feet, although I think a football field is 60 wide, so include the sidelines. The hangings on the one side of the gate are to be 22.5 feet. There'll be 10 cubits, 10 for the 10 commandments, perhaps, with their 3 posts and their 3 bases. All right, we got ads coming in. Let's give you a full BRB dancing shoes, and we'll get the next poll up.
Making waves online, spreading the word on Twitch. Pastor with a cheerful heart, no lie, preaching joy so high to the sky. He'll be right back, yes, he'll be right back. He'll be back in 2 or 3. Flat cat dapper, flat cat dapper. We'll be right back after this break. No mistake, joy they make. I'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be right back in 2 or 3. I'll be right back, yes. I'll be right back in 2 or 3.
All right, we back. And the voting is up and going. It's the most wonderful tea I'm drinking. It's beginning to look a lot like nothing. No room for a word. It came upon a midnight, and we will sing nothing more. Okay. Those ones all have more words to them. Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It came upon a midnight clear. Infant holy, infant lowly, for his head a cattle stall. I think it's like that. My brain goes to north wind blowing, south wind blowing, Bugs Bunny the opera. I don't know why my brain's going to that. In the bleak midwinter. Like, how is that a Christmas song? Because that's the beginning of winter, not the bleak midwinter. It's the bleak start of winter. All right, vote early, vote often, everybody. Okay, continuing the wonderful instructions here for what we're building. Okay, on the second side, there are to be hangings 22.5 feet long, and they're 3 posts, and they're 3 bases. For the gate of the courtyard, there's to be a curtain of 30 feet of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer, with 4 posts and 4 bases. All the posts around the courtyard are to have silver bands. Silver bands. Their hooks are to be of silver. Their bases of bronze. That's where they will be placed. The length of the courtyard is 150 feet, and the width is 75 feet. The height of twisted linen, they are hangings to be a full 7.5 feet. With their bronze bases there, all the utensils of the tabernacle used in service, all its tent pegs, and all the tent pegs of the courtyard made of bronze. I lost the tune. Sorry. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why that's fun sometimes. I don't know why that's fun. Just to see if I can sing the song and read the Bible to the tune. I hope everyone else enjoys it. I hope never everyone else feels like I'm poking fun of it. I'm just like, this honestly, like I said, I think this is intentionally supposed to be boring here. Yes, there's information, but it's monotonous. It's tedious. It's tedium. And you're supposed to feel like, Moses, when will this end? When will you come down from the mountain? And you're supposed to feel that as you read through this. So, sorry, I'll get back to the tedium. You are to command the Israelites that they bring to you pure oil of pressed olives for the light, so that the lamps will burn regularly in the tent of meeting outside the curtains that is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons are to arrange it from evening to morning before the Lord. This is to be a lasting ordinance among the Israelites for generations to come. And you bring near to you and your brother Aaron and his sons with him from among the Israelites, so that they may minister as my priest. Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Five there, Aaron's sons. You must make holy garments for your brothers Aaron, for glory and for beauty. So the priestly garments are to bring glory and be beautiful. I think that's just awesome. In the voting right now, it's the most wonderful vote of the year most wonderful time of the year with all the votes. It's got Torah backing it up, 5 votes there, and the other 4, sadly, no love. No love. Remember, your first vote costs you nothing. You can just throw a vote in there to show some sympathy. Show some sympathy for these poor songs. Okay. You are to speak to all who are specially skilled, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, so that they may make Aaron's garments to set him apart to minister as my priest. Now these are the garments that they are to make: a breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a fitted tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make holy garments for your brother Aaron and for his sons, that they may minister as priests. The artisans are to use gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine linen. Ferric, welcome in, hail, and well met. I heard about a poker game where they would be Pickles and Jesus. All I could say is dill me in. That's fun. That's fun. I saw it was highlighted there for a second, and I thought, oh no, it was held for something in there. No, it was highlighted. It was highlighted. Eric, hope you're doing well. Hope all is well, my friend. Still just the most wonderful tea. It's the most wonderful tea in my mug. It is English breakfast and it's decaffeinated, so I'll get no buzz. All right. They are to make the ephod of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twisted linen, the work of an artistic designer. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces attached to the 2 of its corners so it can be joined together. The artistic woven waistband of the ephod that is on it is to be like it, of one piece with the ephod of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twisted linen. Holy garments! Now you're a bit drafty. Well, you have something underneath. You have something underneath. Oh, we have a showing. It's beginning to look a lot like streaming. I mean, Christmas. Showing up with a vote. Thank you for giving the love. You are to take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel. 6 of their names on one stone, and 6 other names on the second stone, according to the order of their birth. Oh, does this sound like a 6-sided die to anybody? You are to carve on a stone on each of the sides one of the names. Now, granted, maybe it means a flat stone with 6 names on it, but I like thinking it's a die here. It's a 6-sided die. You are to engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons Israel with the work of an engraver in stone, like the engraving of a seal. You are to have them set in gold, filigree settings. You are to put the 2 stones on the shoulders of the ephod, stones of memorial for the sons of Israel, and Aaron will be their names before the Lord on his 2 shoulders for a memorial. We got the voting coming to an end. It's the most wonderful time of the year with a runaway win. It's beginning to look a lot like I left the starting gate and got a vote, and nothing, no love for Midnight, Lowly Infant, lowly and no voted, and Bleak Winter, we want no part. Yeah, the One Piece. Quick, tell Luffy. Very, very well played. Very well played, Ferret. You are to make filigrees. Oh, I need to finish this. I need to finish the voting. So it's the most wonderful tea. Moving on. It's the most wonderful tea of the year. Okay. You are to make the filigree setting of gold with 2 braided chains of pure gold like a cord and attach the chains to the setting. You are to make a breastpiece for use in making decisions. Wait a minute. The breastpiece is for use in making decisions. The work of an artistic designer. You are to make it of the same fabric as the ephod. You are to make it of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, of fine twisted linen. It is to be square when doubled, 9 inches long and 9 inches wide. Okay, so when you double it, it's 9 inches by 9 inches, which means it's 18 by 9, and you fold it to double it. Okay, I'm going to go back here on the making decisions. Is there anything in the footnote there? A breastplate of decision, the first word rendered breastplate, is of uncertain etymology. The item was made of material similar to the ephod with 4 rows of 3 gems in it. Oh, we haven't got to that part. Okay. You are to set in it a setting of stones, 4 rows of stones, a row with ruby, topaz, and a beryl in the first row. So I think 4 rows. So this is going vertically. Ruby, topaz, beryl, the first row. Second row, turquoise, sapphire, emerald. The third row, jacinth, I don't know jacinth, agate, and amethyst. Now, agate, I don't really think is a gemstone. The fourth row, chrysolite, onyx, and jasper. All right, and if you play Minecraft, you probably know all of those. They are to be enclosed in gold in their filigree setting. So the stone is going to be set in gold on this garment that's 9 inches by 9 inches. So roughly about that big. So just saying, like on your chest plate, that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. The stones are for the names of the sons of Israel, 12 according to the number of their names. Each name, according to the 12 tribes, is to be like the engraving of the seals. You are to make the breastpiece braided chains like cords of pure gold, and you are to make the breastpiece 2 gold rings and attach the 2 gold rings to the upper ends of the breastplate. You are to attach the 2 gold chains there. Serious question. Is this where we get the 12 birthstones? That's a good question. Ferric, I do not know the origin of the birthstones, but I do know that there are, if you go to the zodiac and the constellations and all of that, there are many different groups of people that use symbolism in multiple ways for someone's birth. So this could be, I don't know specifically. I don't think they all match. So, maybe in concept, but not in practicality. Plus, this is representing the tribes, so their births wouldn't all be in 12 different months. The other 2 ends of the 2 chains, you will attach the 2 settings and then attach them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front of it. You are to make 2 rings of gold and put them on the other 2 ends of the breastplate on its edge. That is the inner side of the ephod. You are to make 2 more gold rings and attach them to the bottom of the 2 shoulder pieces on the front of the ephod, close to the junction above the waistband of the ephod. They are to tie the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod by blue cords, so that it may be above the waistband of the ephod, and so the breastpiece will not be loose on the ephod. Aaron will bear the names. Okay, bear the names. I'm going to go look that up. We haven't looked up any words. We're going to look that one up. Bear the names of the sons of Israel in the breastplate piece of decision over his heart when he goes into the holy place for the memorial before the Lord. Okay, so we've got this. It's got to be shown. It's visible. It's hanging here, but it can't go down here. The waist has got to be there. So it's like giving very, very specific instructions. And Aaron is bearing the name. Okay, so what do we have here? We are in 28:29. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Yep.
Strong's H5375. Nasa. Nasa.
Nasha. To lift, bear up, carry, take. So Aaron is taking them before the Lord. He is bearing them. He is also lifting them up. He is carrying them. He's doing all of those things as he goes before the Lord. But I want to go to Exodus 20 and double check that. Thou shalt not bear the name of the Lord thy God in vain. So if this is the same as what Aaron is doing by going into the presence of God, he's not speaking. He is bearing the names. All of those names are represented there. So what we are to do is to carry the name, and we're not to do it in vain. We have been created in the image of God. We bear the name of following God by calling ourselves Christian. We bear the name of Jesus by calling ourselves Christian, and we're not to bear that name in vain by doing things that degrade and tear down the name. So Aaron is literally carrying the names in front of people, and we often do the very same thing. Okay, one reason. Is anyone else hearing choppy audio, or is it just me? Ooh. It's once again telling me I'm unstable, but it's not showing me that I'm dropping any bit rate at all. Yeah, total data output bit rates. I'm not losing any. Dropped frames of the network, 0%. So I don't know why it would be. Okay. It's not, yeah, so it's not showing that on my part. So it's got to be something between me and Twitch then. My system, I'm looking at my stats and it says 0 dropped frames, and I've got, 5,000 kilobytes a second, and I'm not dropping any. So I don't know, it might be choppy. All right, let's try to finish this chapter then. I don't know how much more we have. So he's bearing the name when he goes in. Let's just see. We're at verse 30. How much more do we have? Goes on for a bit. Okay, there we go. 43. So we got about 15 verses, 13 verses, 14, whatever it is. Oh, but we're to some of the part. You are to put the Urim and the Thummim into the breastplate of decision. They're just put these there. Nobody's explained what they are. And they are to be over Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord. Aaron is to bear the decisions of Israel over his heart before the Lord continually. So the Urim and the Thummim are what are used for making decisions. The Urim and the Thummim were two objects intended to determine the divine will. There's no clear evidence of their size or shape or the material of which they were made, but they seem to have been familiar items to Moses and the people. The best example of their use comes from Samuel. Some have suggested from the etymology that they were light and dark objects respectively, perhaps stones or sticks or some other object. They seem to have fallen out of use after the Davidic period when the prophetic oracles became popular. It may be that the title breastplate of judgment indicated that the objects were used for making decisions. So yeah, we don't know what they're shaped like. We don't know what they're doing. Essentially, it's a form of casting lots. Okay, and they're to be over. Heart continually. You are to make the robes of the ephod completely blue. Okay, the robes of the ephod are blue. He's wearing blue. They are to be an open on its top in the center of it with the edges all around the opening and work of a weaver, like the opening of a collar, so that it cannot be torn. So it's a one piece coming on the top with a neck hole in it. You are to make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet all around the hem, and bells of gold around them all the way around. The pattern is to be a gold bell and a pomegranate, and a gold bell and a pomegranate. So the bells look like pomegranates all around the hem of the robe. The robe is to be on Aaron as he ministers, and his sound will be heard when he enters the holy place before the Lord and when he leaves, so he does not die. So, like, imagine the noise of walking around with this. Like, if your pastor walked around with bells on. You are to make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it the way a seal is engraved, holiness to the Lord. So you got a plate that says holiness to the Lord. You are to attach it to a blue cord so that it will be on the turban. Oh, that's right. It goes on the turban. I forgot about that. Holiness to the Lord on the turban. It is to be on the front of the turban. It will be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron will bear the iniquity of the holy things which the Israelites are to sanctify by all their holy gifts. It will always be on his forehead for their acceptance before the Lord. You are to weave the tunic of fine linen and make the turban of fine linen and make the sash the work of an embroiderer. For Aaron's sons, you are to make tunics, sashes, and headbands for the glory and for beauty. You are to clothe them, your brother Aaron and his sons with them, and anoint them and ordain them and set them apart as holy, so that they may minister as my priests. Make for them linen undergarments to cover their naked bodies. They must cover from the waist to the thighs. They must be on Aaron and his sons when they enter the tent of meeting and when they approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so that they bear no iniquity and die. For it is a perpetual ordinance for him and for his descendants after him. So all of you don't have to wear underwear, but the priest have to wear underwear. The imperfect tense here introduces a final clause yielding a purpose or in order that or so that. Okay. All right, bum, bum, bum. One last final poll. All right, we're back. Okay. So we got the poll rolling. I'll be home for Christmas. I wonder, as I wander, not an easy song to sing. I saw three ships, one of my favorites. I saw three ships come sailing in, come sailing in, come sailing in, and now I'm going to sing a she shanty for Christmas. I saw Mommy kissing Santa. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play. This song is such a good message. I want to hear the song again. Of peace on earth, goodwill to men. All right, Lucis, you put in there, they pray for 1002, so why don't we do that before we continue? At 10:02, we stop and pray for workers for the harvest, because in Luke 10:2, Jesus said the harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. Pray for the Lord of the harvest. So 10:02, in your time zone, I invite you to join along with us and pray. God, the harvest is plentiful. We see so many people who are lost and lonely and needing you in digital spaces, and we pray that you will send out more people. Because those of us who are already reaching out, we cannot reach all of them. And if we had more people in our streams, we could not reach those who show up. directly and have conversations with them. And so we need more and more people to be mods, to be Salt and Light, to be streamers, to be just people in the chat. God, may you raise up more and more people to do that. We pray this all in Jesus' mighty name. Amen, amen, amen. All right, okay, so they've got to have underwear. So it's a perpetual ordinance that you got to have underwear when you work for God. Make the linen undergarments to cover their bodies. They must cover from the waist to the thighs. They must be on Aaron and his sons when they enter the tent of meeting or when they approach the altar to minister in the holy place. They bear no iniquity. So they are not going to bear and represent iniquity because they will be covered. So therefore they will not be showing iniquity and die. It's a perpetual ordinance for you and for your descendants after him. So this is good advice. Like if you're wearing a graduation robe, maybe you should have some underwear underneath. You know, they're wearing a robe. That's just a good plan. Don't bear your iniquity out there. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Ooh, it looks like we've got a competition this time. 3 songs with a vote. I'll be home for Christmas as I saw 3 ships and mommy kissing Santa Claus. That's weird. There's 2 songs that I saw. I saw, she saw by the I saw. Okay. I wonder as I wander, not getting any votes, nor I heard the bells on Christmas Day. My wife, she sells that Mary Kay. And if you need some... I'm just going to drop that one. I'm not going anywhere with that one. All right. Where are we at? We made it through Exodus 28. 28. All right. So tomorrow, podcast. 2 podcasts. Well, I should say 2 shows tomorrow. Oh, I should say 3 streams tomorrow, maybe is the way to say it. So we'll be on tomorrow night with Fedorable Will. We'll be on tomorrow afternoon with the Church Digital and streaming over there with Night Saver. And I will be my regular morning stream. So 3 times to find me. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. Let me double check my calendar a second. I know we have a meeting. What time is the meeting at tomorrow? Let me double check that. It is at 9. So we could do a short stream in the morning. Probs do that. I will probs do that. Oh, I got that tomorrow, too. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. Ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. The voting is so close. Who knows who is going to win? I'll be home for Christmas and a seashore. Oh, I got stumbled over my words there with the I saw 3 ships. Seesaw she ships by the seashore. I saw mommy kissing votes away. Oh my, someone wants that song. Getting the love now. Not a song that I particularly like.
But I really did see Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
And the thing is, you have all the different reasons why you vote for them, so I don't care. You're the ones voting. It's not me. It's not up to me, and it's not about me. See? Yeah, that's the ticket, see? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, my friends. Hope it's all going well for you. Oh, I know someone had sent me something. I do not remember what it was, so... This is my neighbor. I'm just gonna post this in here for Past the Cap. My neighbor's husband has cardiac arrest and in a coma, and they're trying to coordinate food. So you can just donate overall to that, or you can sign up. I'm gonna be signing up to bring meatloaf here. Is my plan to do that. So, oh, Tuesday the 16th is available. Could I? Maybe? I don't know. I can make some meatloaf today. Oh, maybe not. I got 3 to 4 Thursday. What do I have? I might sign up for Thursday. How's the vote going? Ooh, I'll be home for Christmas. Coming back. I saw 3 ships getting off the starting line. I'm gonna share that on Facebook because then maybe other people will sign up. Okay. And we're coming down to the wire here, everybody. It is I'll Be Home for Christmas out in the lead, followed by I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. I saw 3 ships. They left the starting gate as they wandered after I wonder where I wandered. But no one's hearing bells on Christmas Day. It's been silent, baby, silent, I tell you. And it's going to be neck and neck at the line. I'll be home for Christmas with a nice lead. I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus sitting there waiting to pounce at the final count. At the end, someone gonna drop some votes. Gonna come from behind? Is that what we're gonna see today? Or is it going to be no? It's I'll Be Home for Christmas with the solid lead. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Okay. So there we go. Let's go back over to these songs. I'll be home for Christmas. Oops, wrong one. I need this and then that. There we go. All right, so let's do a recap. I'll be home for Christmas. Moving on. It's the most wonderful tea of the year. To joy to the world where he didn't know. It's a midnight clear. Oh, holy night. Once in David's royal city. It's a silent night. Snoopy's Christmas. What child is this? And White Christmas. There we go. Lucis rigged the vote. Probably. But Papsio, you are free to spend all the points you want to counter that. You are free. Like I know some people like I just want one vote for everybody. No. I want the fight. I want the fight. Bring on the fight. Okay, so we're through 55. So we're halfway. That's going well. We're going well. Well, I didn't want to see Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Hey, there's that. Okay. Let's find someone to raid. Thank you, everybody that came over with a raid and still hanging out. I appreciate you. And those that are lurking. Lurk is love, baby. Love it. Thank you for being here. Oh, we raided Jate Live, and Jate Live is on again that we could raid. Wow. Oh, I don't think we've done Big Unk in a while. We could go over to Big Unk. That sounds good. Let's go to Big Unk. Oh, he's doing horror today. Maybe not. No, you can make your own decisions. There's a slippery slope, even if Santa is dad. Yes. All right, let me sign off for the blessing. You're welcome. May God-seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you all. And let's go and let's bless other people wherever we go.
God has blessed you with. How was your stream, man? I'm normally in the back this morning.